Important. And as soon as you get into January 2018, we'll be asking you a few questions.
Yeah.
If you have children, one of the questions that 2018 will ask you is school fees.
School fees, exactly.
You know, I was discussing with a friend of mine who said that, oh, they don't smile in my children's school
at all.
He said they collect drafts, not even check.
Yes.
As soon as they're showing up at the gate, you come with a draft, so you know that certain expenses will come up in the new year. So it's important that you pay attention to how much, how well you spend for Christmas. Now, you don't need to spend much to have a great Christmas.
I'm interested in knowing that. Okay, just to let you know that this edition is actually very interactive. You can be part of it. If you really want to find out more from what Abiola is saying this morning, you can ask us questions or contribute your comments on the various social media platforms right now using the hashtag Galaxy Today. Of course, you can also send an SMS to the numbers now scrolling on your screen. Having said that, continue, Biola.
Yes. So, expenses.
Yes.
Very important. And by the way, we have gifts in the studio, you know. I thought somebody would be excited.
I am so excited.
If you are not excited, I'm not sharing the gift. I brought the gifts.
I am so excited. I am excited. It looks very shiny.
No, I'm not seeing the excitement. I brought the gift and I decide who will get the gift.
Okay.
Bella, we actually spoke behind
camera. I think I'm more brilliant than Uche. Just throw some teasers, some questions, and whoever gets to get the biggest gift.
Oh, like seriously, I already have it.
Anytime I come here, you guys ask me a question.
Oh my God, I'm in trouble.
Today,
like seriously,
be careful what you wish for. Oh my God.
You actually promised me. You told me you got a gift for me.
I can
so
take
whatever
that
question you're going to be asking and whatever bonus.
Irrespective of if you can't answer.
Oh, like seriously.
guys, T and C. Terms and conditions apply.
You didn't even say that.
You know, it's written in fine print. Most times you don't see those things.
Exactly. So I'm just saying it to you so that you know that the terms. And this is great that I always come to this show. You bombard me with questions, and I try to survive. But today,
simple one. So
today,
no, I think Justin, you and I can actually throw the questions at Justin. Since it was his idea.
Well, can you see where I'm seated?
No.
I take it back.
It's not about taking it back. It's what I've agreed to do now.
I'm brilliant now, so I can answer whatever you throw at me.
So, X raised to power 2 plus
like
X
seriously,
raised to
that's
power
not
3.
Christmas. We're in Christmas season.
Yeah. What about it?
Question for you.
X is about 2 plus.
Yeah, yes. I'm about lining up the question. Is equal to 0. Find X.
X.
Oh, like seriously.
X is.
No, you say you're brilliant.
Yes.
Say
the question again. X is about.
No, you're supposed to
answer. The answer is 0 now.
Seconds.
The answer is 0.
You're supposed to answer in
the answer is 0.
Time up.
No, you didn't give me. You didn't state the time position. X is 0. You didn't state. There's no timekeeper here. Come on, this is not fair. There's no timekeeper. I answered it right. It's 0, really. Yes, it's 0.
You did not.
Pardon
so don't worry. You know, some people are watching and they know mathematics. So
I do know maths. Biola, let's continue. Just let me not get ahead of myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how to rock Christmas like a champion? The first thing, very important, pay attention to your expenses.
Yeah.
Don't overspend this period. You don't have to spend so much to have a good Christmas. In fact, what you want to do is you need to start to think about 2018, especially your immediate expenses in January, and provide for them now. The time to provide for your expenses, not when the expense has shown up. The time to provide for your expenses beforehand. So certain expenses will come in the new year. So for now, whatever you have now, you need to plan and prepare so that you are not caught unaware. So that the new year does not come with and you're happy, joyful, spending a lot now, and the new year comes and you're just flexed by the demands, your financial demands. That is very important.
Sorry, I'd like to interject there. I mean, a whole lot of people think, like I know cases where people feel like they've actually paid. Some people pay by session. I've paid the school fees, I've paid the house rent, I've paid whatever it is that might need my immediate, that might need an immediate call or whatever. So my question is, in a situation whereby you feel like there is no debt and there is no expense ahead of you, do you not think there should be caution also during this?
There should still be caution. There's a degree of reasonableness, you know, even in spending as much as you probably don't have expense for the new year. I mean, there's something called investment. As much as you won't be spending a lot because you provided for them before now. So what you need to do is to also think about your financial future. You know, it's just to know that.
Yeah, it's very interesting to think of your financial future. But the thing is, like I said, when you introduced that topic, Christmas is a time. A lot of people believe it's a time for sharing and giving, you know, and spreading love. And most people, I won't call them opportunists right now, but they feel it's a time for you to bless them and quote, you know, from January to December.
It's time to receive,
you know, especially when you have a lot of nephews and nieces.
How do you handle
that?
Okay, so the thing is, it is about what you have.
Okay.
You know, and don't feel guilty. If you don't have to give, don't feel guilty. If you have to give, it is okay. You know, and where the problem is, oftentimes people feel guilty, and you find people that are going to look for money to even maybe borrow some money so that they can look good and appear well, you know, to these people. If anybody that really cares for you would not want you to borrow to give them, to make them happy by buying them gifts, not for something very important like school fees, like maybe medical bills, or no, anybody that really likes you, anybody that really cares about you, wouldn't want you to go into debt, you know, to celebrate Christmas. So don't feel guilty if you don't have. If you have to give, give. If you don't have to give, then just explain to them and let them understand. And by the way, Christmas period is truthfully a time to give gifts. That's why I came with gifts anyway. You know, it's a time to give gifts. So if you have, give to people. Then at times it's not just about the cake you buy, the wine you buy, the hamper, expensive hamper you buy. For some people, you can only spend maybe 4 naira. And that's SMS.
Yeah.
You know, so send
Now
SMS
they know
around.
that you enjoy force.
You know, send SMS around, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And the way to show that you care is not necessarily by saying it. I mean, send a beautiful Christmas message, not copy and paste, by the way, because what people do is once you receive a message, and I've seen that a lot over the past number of years. So I send out an original message. I receive that message before the end of the day. You know, from other people. So send a thought-provoking personal message. You know, so that people know that you're actually talking to them. You're not just talking to the air. You know, so be there for people. And, you know, and another thing to do this Christmas is show up for people. Go visiting people. You know, go visiting people. Visit family and friends. You know, people you've not even seen in a while. Talking on the phone is good, but seeing one-on-one is great. You know, so visit people, go and see them, you know, and when you are going, go with something. Go with a gift, not necessarily a cow, you know, or a car, you know, but just go with something. You know, because at times a gift is not in the size or the cost or in the value of what is given. It's the heart and the thoughts, you know, that goes with it. Okay. And that's very important.
I think I like the part where you said you could actually send a text, because a whole lot of people think that gift has to be valuable, it has to be something tangible. To me, it could be anything.
Yeah, it is. What people want to know is you're thinking about them this period.
Oh, okay. So, but I think someone like Justin, who's got nieces and nephews, are expecting something from him, and he's been talking from points where they're already crying and say, "Uncle, it's Christmas," and they're specific about what they want.
You get that.
Exactly, because I have them too who will tell you, "This is what I want," and they will tell you whatever it is they want. If it comes in color code, they'll tell you, "This is the color I want." I mean, how do you handle such?
Did they add the country of my production? Okay, so because I know people that will even add that say, you know, I need a shirt, you know, and I want that shirt to be size 15 and a half. I prefer UK. You know, I mean, they will. Now this is the way to go. It is good to have those desires from people, and they warm up to us because they love us, because they. I mean, it's good to have those desires. But it's our responsibility to not go beyond what's our pockets, you know, to limit it to what we have, to what we can handle. When you overpromise and you underdeliver, it is always an issue, and they will note it ahead for you. They will remind you in 5 years' time, you know. But in making your promises, underpromise.
Just
you know, if you know you can give one, tell the person you see how you can give half, so that when you show up with one, you know, it is well appreciated. So you don't tell the person I'll give you 10 when you know that you actually you can't even afford 5.
Okay. Abia, let's be a bit practical now, you know, looking at the pocket and trying to, for instance, you're going to see An uncle that you have not seen in a very long time. You've been speaking with the person over the phone for like almost all through the year, and because of time and trying to work and everything, you've not even had time to go. You know, if you were to go visit that particular person, you know, let's just give us a bit of an idea what you could go with, something inexpensive, something that anyone can actually just manage and would still look presentable.
Okay, so you can go with a bottle of wine, for example. So if a person takes alcohol, you can go with a bottle of alcoholic wine. You know, I don't think that is expensive. You're not going with a carton. You know, you can just go with a bottle of wine. Yes, I mean that within 2,000, 3,000 you can get some, and depending on what you can afford, some bottles of wine are 150,000. You know,
like the ones I take. You know.
Like the ones. You know, so you can go with a bottle of wine. Red wine, white wine, fruit wine. You can go with that. You can buy fabric. It doesn't have to be the expensive one. You know, yes, you can buy fabric. You know. So for an auntie, for example, not uncle necessarily. You know, you can. There are little things, and it's about just giving thought to it. Just giving thought to it. And if you can go with hamper. 10K, 10,000 naira. There are hampers of 100,000 naira too. There are hampers of 500,000 too.
Exactly.
Depending on, you know, don't kill yourself. You know, don't kill yourself, and don't seek to try to impress someone beyond what you can handle. Because when you give me the gift, you can't actually afford it. When you give it to me, I'll be happy. I'll say thank you to you, but you'll be the ones who go and drink the gari. You know, later when you are drinking the gari without sugar, or milk, or milk. That one is far. Without sugar, so when you are smoking the gari. Anyway, you get water, maybe pure water or water from the tap. You know, so it's important that we just moderation is the word. Moderation is the word.
Okay, how about on the aspect of food now? I mean, okay, I know a whole lot of people like to work out, but they just think this is the time to cheat. This is the time to just allow yourself blow away. If you want to add the pounds, the necessary pounds you want to add. I mean, don't you think there should be caution in that aspect?
See, eat as much as you want to. I mean, eat as much as you want to, but also be careful. You know, there are people that this period, they have a stock of some things they can drink to cleanse their system, you know, like every day. So after they visited, maybe they visited 10 houses to pack their stomach, you know, and so they will just take something later in the day to, you know, flush it so that they can cleanse, you know, the space for more to come. What you want to do is, it's tempting actually, you know, this period where you go to different places, there's a lot to eat, but you want to be careful as well. You want to be sure that you are not very excited to eat such that it will be injurious to your system. You know, no matter what, your health is very important, and so you don't want to be visiting that side of the house. You know what I mean? You know, very frequently. You know, so eat as much as you can, but just make sure that you're conscious of what you're taking in. Eat, chop, anyhow. You know, enjoy yourself, but be careful.
Just be careful and just know your level. Just know as much as you can take.
Because I mean, it's all like. Justin, you know, it looks like someone.
Looks like I saw his list there, and I saw a couple of things Justin was going to be doing this Christmas. I'm like, Justin, I can understand.
No, I'm talking about the eating part, you know.
Who says I eat much?
Well, you
don't
do.
Eat much. No, it's okay. You know, that's perspective.
Exactly.
You know, I don't eat much. You know, something light. You know.
All right, we are taking a break. You can be part of this. I don't know what they're going on about. You can be part of this conversation. If you have questions or comments, just feel free to do that. Send us a message right now. We'll be expecting it. Which I don't know your favorite Christmas songs, but this next song we're going to play is a very popular one, and it's very comical as well. You know, it's from Tunde Ednot, and he calls this one Jingle Bell Bell. We'll be right back. Stay with us. All right, welcome back from that musical break. Tunde Ednot there with a little help from Faust the Bad Guy, MI, and of course Orezi, Jingle Bell Bell.
Like seriously, I like the part that I like the way he took the song. It's not like the usual jingle bells, jingle bells.
Just have to do something different. Yeah.
Okay, so Vila Salami, we're still talking about rocking Christmas like champions. And I'm wondering how I can rock Christmas and still be a champion.
Well, you know, we've talked about a few things. When you pay attention to how much you spend this period,
you're already you're rocking like a champion.
Because almost everybody, you know, they just spend anyhow, without thinking about tomorrow. Somebody said that he that cannot see the ultimate is a slave to the immediate. He that cannot see tomorrow is a slave to today. So you spend everything you have today and not thinking about what will happen tomorrow. Today is December, Christmas season. Tomorrow is January. The most interesting month in the year.
Of the year, exactly.
A month, the only month I know that has about 50 days.
But on the most serious note, but how come January is seemingly so?
Because most people spend a lot of money in December, and before the next pay comes in January,
you're already running into debt.
I mean, before even the first week in January, or rather by the end of the first week in January, you're already craving, already looking for money. So your next income now comes 3 weeks later, and it's just, and the expenses when you get into a new year,
It's
number
massive.
one on the list.
School fees.
School fees. The fear of school fees is the beginning of wisdom.
I can imagine.
Very important.
But then again, having said all that, having said how to handle the home front and family members now, how can you make your Christmas more interesting in the workplace amongst your colleagues?
Okay, so people have a number of things they do. People do end of the year parties. People do Secret Santa. And I mean, I'm sure you guys have something, or you're about to do something.
Okay.
People have Secret Santa where everybody writes names and somebody picks your name. You don't know who the person is. Then on the day of presenting the gifts, you just come with whoever you have chosen, to present the gifts, to have fun. So people have drinks, they party, they have a great time. Some offices, by 1st of December, you'd have seen them decorating, the office, giving it a particular kind of mood, already. And so these are fun things people do, the spirit. And I hope that you have done or you have plans to do.
Even if you have done, but what about on the personal capacity?
On the personal capacity, a number of things you can do.
Okay.
We talked about people visiting and eating, all kinds of things.
Which will be at work, I can visit her.
Like, seriously. I was actually expecting something from you, Justin. And I do hope it comes earlier.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't understand both of you. I don't understand both of you in that each person is expecting to receive. Nobody's talking about giving.
I never said I was not going to give her anything. You talked about visiting. I said I can't even go visiting her on Christmas
And
Day
she
because
said she was expecting something from you.
which you will get.
Of course, there should be an exchange.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Justin and I do have, there's a particular school of thought we have, and I know he knows. Sometimes he just likes to pull my legs and, but then I can understand.
No, but that's one of the attributes of exceptional gentlemen,
Okay,
just to pull your legs.
Hold on, Biola. Don't even try to advocate for Justin. They're not trying to advocate.
I'm for both of you and for nobody.
Right.
Okay, so looking at it in that strength where you know that in a place whereby you're your colleagues, like that kind of job, you work on Christmas Day, you're gonna be here. How else can you make it fun? How else do you enter the mood? Because sometimes I need to play some kind of Christmas carols for me, or some kind of Christmas songs for me to actually remember, oh, it's Christmas.
You can decide to have a time to do karaoke, for example. Even from your phone, you don't need to get a massive studio, massive speaker, and massive PA system to do that. Even from your phone, you play something in the office. And so, what song do you like most? Which one is your favorite song? And so we'll go around. So let's say there are 5 people.
Oh, holy night.
So let's say there are 5 people. Although I'm thinking, a night holy single. But it's okay. So you can play some music in the office, and you take turns. The first person comes, to mind with the croaky voice.
You better not start playing music in the office, so before Steve holds you.
No, this will be throughout now. You just so be your break time. Just say 30 minutes of doing this, and you catch fun. Have everybody dressed, maybe just like me and like this.
Put on the whole Santa bear.
Yeah,
and he could actually pass for a Santa Claus.
And everybody, just do a song, and it's fun. Or even get people to share their favorite Christmas moment.
Stories. Okay.
Or there's something I posted this morning, which is, what is your Christmas wish? And when you send that to Nigerians,
you see
get
us.
all manner of responses.
I can just
Someone
imagine.
said that she needs a house in Banana Island.
Oh, well.
Get that for her. Someone said that he needs a particular brand of G-Wagon. And that is that. So am I fulfilling that wish? And guess what? Somebody said she needs 15,000 naira for chicken, rice, and all of that for the Christmas period. I mean, different kinds of. Yeah, it's just fun.
And I hope it's still open. We can still. I can request for mine.
Okay, so it is still open. The only difference now is the opening comes with a minus sign in front of it. So,
like, seriously?
So when you ask for something, what you are saying is you are giving it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean,
so
this
you
one.
give as much as you desire.
Yes, you know.
I think I like that.
That's
You
a
can put
good
that off to your nieces and nephews. Okay, if uncle is going to give you this, then you're going to give back in that same measure.
No, don't do those.
No, I'm only trying to
do that. But what you can do also
Yes.
to promote the giving culture is, so your nieces, your nephews, when you're giving them something, then you encourage them to give
their
something.
somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not what you're giving to them.
Yeah.
Encourage them to give something also.
It could be a card.
It could be a card, but that giving thing, it's important.
It's important,
Most people, somebody said that we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give.
Yeah.
And most people don't care about giving anything. People just want to take and take and take and get and get and get and get and get. They said that it's more bless is that you are more blessed to give than to receive. And it's just important to even use the season by example, not just by talking about it, by example.
Exactly.
Yeah, we get all that. But another thing again, some people ordinarily feel that Christmas is overrated. There's so much hype on that particular day that after that day, after all the hullabaloo, after all the expenses, after all the visitation, after all the food and drinks, some people go back to their clothes and the next day and they're still lonely. What do you do?
You see, Christmas is not the antidote for loneliness in any way. Christmas is not the antidote for loneliness.
Okay.
If an individual is lonely, being in a rush crowd is not even the solution. And loneliness is a state where you can decide to put yourself. Because there are people around. You have family, you have friends, you have some people around, you have colleagues, and so get out of your shell. Go out and meet with people. Have a nice time.
But there are cases whereby you could actually be amongst people and yet you're lonely.
Yeah. I remember some lyrics of a song, "Downtown in the rush crowd, but I'm still feeling all alone."
Kelly.
That's
storm is over.
Yes, we attended the same school. We used to call him R that time, but now when he became a superstar, they added Kelly. It's just Robert. Say, Robert, how are you? Hey, come here. I remember. Anyway, that's back in the days.
Oh yeah, sure.
So. Yes, you can be in the midst of a crowd and still feel lonely. It's not a Christmas conversation. That is a different kind of conversation. On developing your self-esteem, on seeing yourself as being a valuable person, on going through therapy if you must. Exposing yourself to information, to knowledge if you must. To ensure that you have good self-esteem.
Okay, so still in the giving part, I mean, a whole lot of people think the best time to give is just Christmas time, and I think it should go beyond the season.
Yeah.
I also think that this is a season where you try to imbibe a whole lot of maybe attitude and manners that you feel has been a struggle. If you're the type that you're so used to receiving and not giving, why not use this season to build and take in some kind of positive attitude and try to see if you can sustain it. Okay, so I also like us to look at the aspect where a whole lot of people think is about receiving, and to some people it's also all about me, and me. And what do you do to try to get such people informed that Christmas is beyond just you? Even the dog in the house also needs a bit of the love. Yes. So, and I think a lot of people also get this misconception about you gifting, forgetting that gift is beyond anything tangible. It could be anything.
Yes, it could be anything. Taking it from you, the holiday season, this holiday season is actually a great time for review. In addition to partying, eating, visiting people, caring for people, it's also a time for review. It's a time to think about how this year has been. On one hand, be grateful, no matter your level. we're grateful. The fact that you're alive is an opportunity for things to get better. You know, be grateful for all that has happened, then also to carefully look at how the previous month has been, and to look at what you can do better, you know, for the coming the coming year. The time to do it is this holiday season, not when you get into the new year. You know, so it's also, while it's good to go around and visit people, it's also time to do a quick check and a review, you know, to have a silent moment, because I think there's strength in solitude. You know, where you just calm down, you, yourself and you know, alone, thinking about tomorrow, thinking about yesterday, using the benefit of hindsight, you know, to look at foresight, you know, to look at tomorrow, and to properly plan better. And this planning doesn't necessarily have to do with only finances, only your career. I think that the greatest change of all is the change in attitude. You know, the fact that I am now a better person. Not that I have more, not that I'm earning more, you know, not that I'm more popular, but that I am better than who I was before. So in the year, maybe the number of things that people spoke to you about, you know, as feedback, that you're not effective in doing this, or you were not truthful in doing this, or you know, some of those feedback that we've received during the years, trying to see, okay, how can I improve on this one, you know, in the new year. So when we talk about goals, it's not just about what you want to achieve in terms of career, in terms of money, in terms of finances, in terms of properties, you know, and the things you want to have. It is also about who you want to become. Because I always say that the way we apply ourselves is less of what we get, but more of who we become by how we apply ourselves into doing it. So Christmas is a joyous moment, but we should also have silent moments, you know, of reflection.
But let's look at another scenario now. What about for someone who ordinarily would want to enjoy and celebrate Christmas, and he still doesn't exactly have the wherewithal to go about